Morning, it's Chris Magnus from Street View Vagabond, and today is Friday um, in February, Black History Month. And so Fridays of this month, I'm going to be doing a site significant to Black history. And so I usually start with radio station. I've decided to do Augusta, Georgia today. A couple of different reasons. One of them, I'm always starting with music. And so with the radio station I'm looking for there is this is Augusta, Georgia is the hometown of James Brown, also Sharon Jones and Dap Kings. Um, and so I was like, oh, okay, where's a good place to go with that too? And trying to find a good radio station that would be from Augusta, Georgia, maybe a Black-owned radio station playing some music from James Brown and his era and his genre of music. I didn't find a specific radio station from a music standpoint that was fit that bill, but I did find the Black Information Network out of Augusta, which is 1340 AM. Great all talk, all news radio station, information and news specific to African Americans, Black community in Augusta and worldwide. So it's a great listen in terms of the Black Information Network. But I'm going to dig into Augusta, Georgia. I'm going to put together a Spotify playlist about with James Brown, Sharon Jones, and other artists that are coming out of Augusta, Georgia a little bit later. But let's dig in. I'm going to put 40 minutes on the clock. We're going to look at Augusta, Georgia. We're going to find out what we can see there, what we can learn. And, again, going to James Brown's hometown. But another thing, too, is I'm highlighting um, for Black History Month, smaller, maybe lesser known towns. When you think about, significant sites in Black history, you think about like Selma, you think about Memphis, you think about Nashville and Greensboro, North Carolina for sit-ins and for the Freedom Riders and for the March Across the Pettus Bridge. So there's all these great kind of iconic places that are known when we think about, especially the civil rights movement specific to Black history. So I'm looking for other places that are a little off the beaten path, maybe lesser known. Last Friday, I looked at Clarksdale, Mississippi, home of the blues, and dug into that community and found out kind of the different things that are going on there today. So today, let's dig into Augusta, Georgia. Let's see what's going on. Hometown of James Brown, Sharon Jones, Dap Kings, and among other things. This is completely unboxing. I haven't looked at what Augusta has to offer yet. I'm not sure if the things I'm going to find right now are going to be specific to Black history or not, but I'll tie it all in with my social media later. And we'll see where we're going in here. I see Augusta Canal National Heritage Monument. Let's see what this is about. And this is a canal. Looks like it is a little fat man's milk cafe. All right, so I'm gonna take that photo. I always love me a funny photo. So here's Fat Man's Milk Cafe. Take screenshots, post those on social media, and my spelling is horrendous, mainly because I'm here for the speed. There's Fat Man. Is there any indication what is that food? What is that? Oh, that's a nose. Oh, it's so good. Oh, that's cool. That's a good name. Fat Man's Cafe is so good. But like, I'm a strong believer in everywhere is remarkable if you dig deep enough. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. Speaking of remarkable, that's kind of cool. It's like an old factory. There we go. Grantville Company Enterprise Division. Oh, Graniteville. Okay. Put that photo. And again, Augusta, Georgia. Like I've never been before. So far, we've already got Fat Man's Milk Cafe. I am doing this for Black History Month. I might be looking at things right now that are not specific to Black history. In fact, potentially could be segregated part of the town that it was only a whites area. So I'm being completely transparent in terms of this discovery, this unboxing, that I don't know what I'm going to find. I'm looking at it, but I'll put it together, weave it together, and I'll be sure to do some more research on Augusta, Georgia, and add that in social media, what I'm finding there too. Hopefully, on here. I do know that James Brown was born here. I might be able to find his birthplace. Maybe. I don't know. Let's go back. Let's see. But we might be able to find some new stuff. Not new stuff. Stuff I hadn't necessarily about. Okay. Boyhood home of presidents. James Brown Arena. All right. So let's check this out. President is that? First Presbyterian Church. This is the boyhood home. Boyhood home of president. There we go. Here's a historical marker. Oh, Woodrow Wilson. Okay. Oh, speaking of racists, Woodrow Wilson was a pretty strong known racist as president. So, like I said, I did not know Woodrow Wilson was born in Augusta, Georgia. I am doing this specifically for Black History Month, so I'm not going to grab that photo, but I am going to grab this. This is James Brown Arena. I'm trying to get a good photo of that. But like I said, that's cool. We got the new Georgia flag without the Confederacy. And James Brown Arena. This is going to be a pretty big landscape photo. Let's try to go back a little bit. Fit more of it in. But you can't see it. Okay. I'll grab a big. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna grab a full shot. And then I'll grab a side shot. So James Brown Arena. All right. Ariana. No, let's get a shot of the side. That's that. It's like a call letters radio. A radio station. One of the reasons why I like to listen to radio stations, on the internet remotely from long distance web, is because oops, I didn't start my timer. Because of the great little like commercials and call signs and the radio personalities, and sometimes I'll be listening to a radio station from around the world and I don't understand the language. I have no idea what they're saying, but it's still got that like Sunday, feel to it. William Bell Memorial Auditorium. Who's William Bell? Dodge Caravan. William Bell Memorial. Take a photo of that. I don't know who William Bell is. I'll look it up later. It's a good photo. But so like it's almost like going out for food of different culture, different country. So you can taste it and get a kind of a sense of it and feel it. And that's why I call it radio tastings of the world. You get the music, you get the commercials, you get the humor, the morning shows, and all that kind of thing. I do have an issue with most holy Trinity. I do have an issue of copyright stuff. So I was trying to play the radio stations while I was going on doing my unboxing, and YouTube was kicking me out with tons of copyright issues. I was like, I don't need to deal with this. So I just said, all right. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? James Brown Boulevard. Sweet. That's cool. I like that trees up on the balcony. All right, James Brown Boulevard. All right. Usually with unboxing, I like to just like not know much about the place and just dive in. Like I said, I do know that this is the hometown of James Brown. And no need to explain who James Brown is, but hugely influential. Music, dance, and also drought. Is that how you spell draft? That is how you spell draft. That is wow. I'm gonna take a photo of that. It's like an old school spelling of draft. All right, cool. Um, so you think about like song on Black, I'm proud. It's like hugely, um, during its release, it's a huge song. That's basically giving a voice, trying to fight against all this dominant culture that's messaging totally opposite to African American kids growing up. But to have somebody like on stage claiming that loud and proud, it's a beautiful thing. That's awesome. I never met James Brown, but I flew on an airplane with him, went through customs with him once. It was wild. I was in customs. I was like, wait, that's James Brown. He was on he had a concert in Brussels, Belgium. I had seen P Funk the night. I had to choose between James Brown or P Funk. I chose P Funk, and it was a great concert. Uh, what am I looking for? I'm looking I'm looking for James Brown's childhood home. Let's start with that. And build out Payne College. Did have a connection to a major civil rights protest in 1970. So let's dig around here and see what Payne College is all about. But just to finish that story, so I went and saw P-Funk in Brussels. I knew James Brown was playing, and then I got on the plane the next day, came home, and there in customs with me was James Brown. It's like, what? I had a big hair helmet. People were coming up to him, getting his autograph and stuff like that. I was always nervous with that kind of thing, so I never did that. What's this supposed to say? Gilbert Lambeth Chapel. Take this photo. I know Payne College. Again, I gotta do more research. Probably should have done more research before coming into this one here, just because I have a very specific purpose here. So, for example, I knew Gilbert Lambeth Chapel that, as Woodrow Wilson as a major racist, I'm not going to add his home into this. Gilbert Lambeth. I'm going to spell this right because I'm going to look it up. Trying to get another shot of this chapel, of this college here. Doesn't look like there's much. I'm gonna have to do photosphere. Let's do photosphere. Is it inside? Oh, it's inside. Yeah, purple must be the color. PCL got soul. Let's go with sculpture. Payne College. Did I tell you I probably spelled Payne College wrong? I'll take this photo. It's Payne College. if I can get another shot at painting college, we'll move on. I think this might be outside. Let's see. All right. We got a sign. Outdoor. Yeah. There. I'm going to do something we usually don't do. Try to find James Brown's home. Let's go to James Brown Plaza. This is Broad Street. Augusta's Commons. There's a James Brown statue. Sweet. Awesome. All right. Let's see if I can get how much of this guy I get. I get statue, I get sign, I can get that plaque in the ground. Get these two guys hanging out at James Brown Plaza. I was gonna say that I can imagine if we go downtown. Oh, X'd out its face. Let's do that. I love that. That microphone. It's got the cape. That's good. As if I'm looking for James Brown's home, probably the central business district is not going to be where it's at. I assume it's a segregated town. Maybe growing up outside of the central business district. But today he's got a statue and a plaza. All right. Let's see what else I can find. Justice Common, Old Parks. Church. Yeah. All right, I want to look more at this commentary too and see what we got. And this is the comments. Okay. Well, who's that? The guy with the binoculars? Huh. Spectators. Stage. Oh wait. Oh, okay. I was gonna say this looks like a James Brown statue. I wonder if I can get to the other side of that so we can get another angle of this. That's keep downtown Augusta's funky. There we go. I like that. I like that. Keep it funky. Okay. Get a better shot of that. Yeah. Okay. Wait 5 seconds or so, and this thing's gonna disappear. Here we go. And it did. Boom. Keep it funky. All right, what else we got? So this is, no, I'm going down this way. See if I can grab the James Brown statue from another angle. Now this is going to be just his back, so it's probably not going to be as interesting. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, let's see. Richmond County. Yes. That's the James Brown spotting. Cool. Nice. There you go. All right, I'm gonna say James Brown utility box. If you need power, you need to keep it funky down here, Augusta, Georgia. Rebel line of Judah. Let's take a photo of this. All right, what do we got here? We got Rebel Lion, Dan, Lion of Judah. Looks like a cool shop for all your, for the culture and gemstones. We got that. Okay. That's an old school shop. Again, right now, I don't know where I'm at in terms of if this is an area traditionally that would have been African American. Downtown, I was saying earlier, I don't think so. This may have been stores that may have been segregated and only not welcoming African Americans here. I'm going to take a shot and I'm going to do some research to determine. Okay, this is unboxing, just trying to see what's going on, which is also an important point of, like, you know, knowing history and knowing what actually happened, because you always go by different places and don't know exactly the significance of them. You just kind of walk by, and now it's good to know, like, hey, that was the place, like I was saying earlier, Payne College. You know, and you got to do a little bit more research, but what's this? Cameras, guns, soul bar. Take that shot. Are they selling guns? Yes. I don't know if that's a good idea. Come on, get everything on draft. Get your guns too. Yeah, I wonder what they have on draft. Okay, so we're here again. This is just like Central Business District. Not really feeling it. I don't know what else is going on. A couple of references. We got the James Brown statue. We got the silver bar. Oh, we have the utility box. Let's see. And we know we have 10, 10, Cedar Grove, Paranda Nights, Jan Ridges. That's a cool name. That's Jan Ridges. This is the other thing too, is I always like funny finds. What's a Jan Ridge? Homemade sandwiches. Interesting. Cool. I like the name. Sandwiches. Circle love distribution center. ECU Community Park. Koala. Alright, I'm gonna take this photo. like I was saying before, I don't know. Uh, yeah, funny photo. Maybe I should do more research before jumping in these things. I'm trying to figure out my system here. Church music services. River front drive. Oh, interesting, like in between Olivia and a river. That could be a problem. Trying to find Jane. The name's I'm interested here. I think Friedman. Oh, is the Masters tournament already? Wow, I think the Masters tournament is right here. Beach Island, South Carolina. Are we in South Carolina? Is that crossing that board? That yes, we're in South Carolina. Huh. I did not know Augusta was literally on the border of South Carolina. Interesting. All right, cool. Jackie M. Sonic Catering. Rice Smokehouse. Eat it all barbecue. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's eat it all barbecue. Like I was saying, I had to try to figure out how to balance kind of discovering stuff and adding value with research. So it's all a challenge here. All right, I want to make sure I get James Brown's actual house. So I'm going to look it up here. James Brown childhood home. It's not on the map. Oh, no, this is a bust. It's a bust. I might have to stop, do some research, and get so James Brown, Miami Walker, Magnolia Cemetery, General Shelburne. What is this? Pull apart. That's a great name. Pull apart used auto parts store. But this James Brown Mansion. All right. This is supposed to be the entrance of James Brown's mansion. curious, is there any other photos? Oh, they got interior photos. Cool. Yeah. Now where is that? How far out of town is that? It's in South Carolina. Oh, that's it. All right, cool. All right. Anyway, I'm kind of a little distracted today. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. It's James Brown Boulevard. Let's do this. Let's go down James Brown Boulevard. Let's start at this traffic circle. Go down James Brown Boulevard. Let's find what we got there, and we'll call it a day. I usually do unboxing of places. It's a traffic circle, and open to kind of whatever I find here. Here, I'm going for more of a specific reasons for Black History Month, but we do more research to make this more valuable. Wait, what happened? Everything is twigs. All right, let's make sure we're on James Brown Boulevard. I'm going away from the traffic circle. Away, oh, left, hello. Away from the traffic circle. So like I said, I was looking for specific things and find usually with unboxing, I'm just like discovering it. And last week was the first time I did like a specific Black History Month with Clarksdale, but I also knew Clarksdale, Mississippi from different research that I had done before. Reading Crossroads of Clarksdale, which is a great book. For Augusta, Georgia, I didn't do a lot of research, only enough to know that Payne College played a role in the civil rights movement back in 1970. And the Brewer You Chill, we are friendly. You should try it. It's a beauty shop. But the good news is like nobody ever watches these videos, so they don't know the process. So I'm not that worried, but I'm open to being like, this was a bust. So I think, maybe doing a little bit more research before jumping into something like this will pay off. And that's something I learned, which is great. The other unboxings, when I'm completely open, don't have any idea of the place, and it's okay. Taking shots of everything, right? Taking shots. I would have taken a shot of Woodrow Wilson House. I'm like, cool, but here I'm like going specifically for Black History Month. I wouldn't be throwing a Woodrow Wilson photograph into a Black History Month presentation. It's not a good move. So that's what I'm coming down James Brown Boulevard in Augusta, Georgia, trying to see what I can find, if there's any specific historical significance to anything coming down the pipeline here as it relates to African American history. And we'll see. I don't know. We got Walker's Barber Shop here on James Brown Boulevard. I don't know. This very well could be a traditionally white barbershop, a black barbershop. Could be gone too. This was taken in August 2019. So yeah, I'm recognizing a little bit of a loss here. The other thing too that was great about shop. No, it's not beauty shop. It's barber shop. Is Walker's Barbershop. Oh, nice. So based on that photo, I'm going to assume this is African American barbershop, which is which is good. You know, to see if there's anything online about that shop. Got Circle K. There we go. Okay. So it's Richmond County Judicial Center. There's a little bit of the skyline there. That's good. Let's go over there. I think that could be a church. It is a church. I know it's a church. I tell it's a church. But I was thinking about it. It's an African American history, African American church. Do some research to find out which church it was. It is. There we go. Okay, sweet. We're ready for construction. Oh no. This is boarded up. Yeah. Take a shot. I wonder if this is a traditional. Oh. Surprised it's totally abandoned like that. Again, don't know what kind of church it is. Just hoping. So it was there. Walker's Barbershop. Let's go back to Walker's Barbershop. Oops. I forgot the master's is in Augusta, Georgia, so it was saw that on that one barbecue shop. And I learned, you know, I did learn is Augusta, Georgia is right on the border of South Carolina. It looks like James Brown's mansion is in South Carolina. Augusta Canal. I'm taking that shot of Augusta Canal. Don't know why. Okay, let's see. James Brown Boulevard is going to come on to town. Let's see what else we see up here. Jackson Attorney at Law. Oh, here's the draft. I've already been here. Okay. So not much going on here. Chapter 13. There's 3. I do like this. It's a cool banister. Looks like this is development there. Okay. Let's take this all the way in. I think just James Brown Boulevard does have an ending up here on the river, maybe. Let's see what we find. I'm gonna take this photo, William Mays building, William Mays III. I'll look him up, see who he was. I'm assuming it's not William Mays. William Mays. We'll find out. Mays III. Okay. And we did James Brown statue already. Parking lot. So it looks like downtown Augusta is kind of a small town. At least back in 2019, not a ton going on. Abandoned the buildings. Let's take this to the end. Brown Boulevard. It's an interesting building. Beecroft. That's a good name. Craft. I'm gonna grab that. Salon nails. Salon nails 2. My funny finds. Spelling is atrocious there. Let's see if I can grab that from the map. Where are we? Okay, let's take James Brown Boulevard to the end. Chop shop. Another barber shop. And here we're crossing Main Street. This is the street where James Brown's statue is. That'd be cool if there was like a mural or something. Some murals around town. This is, it's interesting. These balconies. There was that one building that had like little trees on the balcony. Grass room. Signs. Pizzazz. Cool. There's the convention center. Are we still on James Brown Boulevard? We are. Okay. Let's take James Brown Boulevard to the end. Cotton Bug Bakery. Take that photo. Think about cotton bug or boll weevil destroying cotton crops in the South was actually the motivating factor for the Great Migration, in which millions of African Americans moved north to get out of the South. Over the course of generations, right? Starting back in the early teens, and then moving all the way up to the 70s was the last known. There we go, the boll weevil. There we go. All right, let's let that icon disappear. And, as I was saying earlier, this is significant from a Black history perspective. It's just that one of the motivating factors, one of many motivating factors for leaving the South was the boll weevil. Totally spelling it wrong. Boll weevil bar. Okay, so I think come to, oh, that'd be so awesome if James Brown was out there. How beautiful would that be? Just in all of his glory. Like taking his cape off and then the water puts the cape back on. That'd be so awesome. What's this? Jessye. Oh, I can't read that. I'm gonna take this photo. And again, gotta do some more research. I don't know. Let's see what. Let's go. Where are we? No, let's get out of here. Okay, only got a couple minutes left. I'm gonna bring it to a close. What did I learn here? This is the jet. This is where I just was, right? Because this is no. This is where I was. Jessye Norman. Jessye Norman amphitheater. Okay, that's what I want for that. Where's Jessye Norman? This is just an amphitheater. There we go. Jessye Norman amphitheater. Jessye Norman International Opera Star. I grabbed that shot. Again, I don't know if there's a connection to Black history. If there is, I'm going to find it out. Gotta give that credit to Seabass. Looks like. Okay, said I got a minute left. Oops. And bringing it to an end. Strictly looking for any last minute things. Le Chat Noir, please. Brunch House. That's right. Hedgeco's American Dime. Oh, interesting. So that looks cool on the outside. Or not. Hedgeco's Dime. Oh. Oh, it's that. That's of course. Other brands. I love it. That's right. That's just like a beautiful shot. Let's get the whole building in. Let's get the whole building. Okay, that's my time. Okay, so this is just like going to a town in person. Like you walk up and down the streets, you might not necessarily know what you're seeing, the significance of it, and needing to look at a guidebook in order to kind of bring meaning and value to your experience in that town. So I'm checking out Augusta, Georgia. Again, hometown of James Brown and Sharon Jones of the Dap Kings. I do know that there's a connection to Payne College with the civil rights movement. We'll dig into that a little bit more. And what I was able to find in town is references to the boll weevil and the cotton bug in terms of one of the motivating factors for the Great Migration. And some sights of James Brown around town in terms of his boulevard and the statue and a little tiny painting of him. But a little bit of a bust in terms of thinking I'm going to have more robust kind of things to find around town and share with you. But that's a learning. So next time I'm looking for like a very specific purpose going into town, I need to do a little bit more research in order to kind of know the places that I want to go map it out. But usually my unboxing videos are literally that unboxing a place, don't know what it's there, finding out what I can discover and have some fun with it here. But this is Black History Month and I'm posting maybe lesser known or lesser thought of locations around the United States that connect to Black history. And so I'll be adding my photos and context in my social media down below. So thanks so much and take care.